next session on Advanced Answers Workbench tutorials. In this session, we will analyze the gate valve for its thermal analysis. We will start by double-clicking on Steady State Thermal module. We'll go to Engineering Data and double-click. Engineering Data Sources, General Materials. One of the material which I'm going to use is stainless steel. Then I'll go to Engineering Data Sources and here I'll create two more material. One is brass, for which we have to give the value of isotropic thermal conductivity. The value is 115 watt per meter Kelvin or degree Celsius. So this is 115. I'll create another material, bronze. Then I'll double click on isotropic thermal conductivity. This value is 208 watt per meter degree Celsius or Kelvin. It doesn't really matter. You can use any one of the two unit system. Then I'll go to project and update project. Next I'll go to geometry and right click. I'll directly import the model. Then I'll go to model and double click. First we'll go to geometry here. Click on this plus sign. Then I'll select all the parts and first we'll give the material as stainless steel. Next I'll go to mesh and I'm going to directly update the default size of the mesh. If you want, you can change the element size over here. You can see it is written as default. You can change and give some lower size of mesh value to it. Once the meshing is done, we will go to steady state thermal A5. Here I'll right click. The first thing that I'm going to insert is temperature on the outer surface. So we will just press the control button. Select face from here. Press the control button and select this entire face on the outer surface. Then we'll click on apply. Then I'll give the temperature on the outer surface as say 45 degrees Celsius. Next we will give temperature on the inner surface. So right click here, insert temperature. It's asking for the geometry. So I'll select the inner surfaces. Once this is done, we'll click on apply. I'll give this internal temperature as say 15 degrees Celsius. Next we are going to give convection over this body. So I'll right click here, insert convection. Again I'll select the outer surface. So you can just scroll over the body. Press the control button and the left key of the mouse and just scroll over this body. Don't use the scroll button. Just move the mouse over this body. You'll be able to select all the surfaces at once. Once this is done, we'll click on apply. I'll give the value of film coefficient in watt per meter square degree Celsius as say 30. I'll give the ambient temperature. This is 45 degrees Celsius only for convection. That is the outside temperature I've given. Then I'll go to solution, right click, insert thermal temperature. Again, I'll right click, insert total heat flux. If you want, you can also see the directional heat flux along the Z axis. So I'll change this to Z. Then I'll go to solution A6 and solve. We'll first click on temperature. You can see here the temperature variation over this valve. Then we have the total heat flux, which is 2.54 into 10 raised to 5 watt per meter square maximum, and minimum is 3.97 into 10 raised to minus 10 watt per meter square. If you click on max min, you can see where it is maximum and where it will be minimum. You can also animate and check this result if you want to see the color changes. Then we go to directional heat flux. This is along the Z axis, that is perpendicular to this plane. You can see here where the value is max and where it is min. Maximum value is 2.49 into 10 raised to 5 watt per meter square. Minimum is minus 2.5 into 10 raised to 5 watt per meter square. So once you are done with this, you can go to the next material. Just select all of them and you can change this to brass. Next we can go to solution and solve once again. I am assuming that the ambient temperature is 45 degrees Celsius, which means it's a hot climate. So obviously the valve's outer surface will also take up the temperature of the ambience, and we want to see that if there is some cold fluid flowing through the valve, then what will be the temperature change over this valve surface. Now next let's see for brass. We go to temperature. You can see here this is the temperature variation over this body. Here it will be max and minimum inside. Then we have total heat flux. You can see here the value change. It is 1.93 into 10 raised to 6 watt per meter square maximum. Minimum is 3.89 into 10 raised to 9 watt per meter square. Then we have directional heat flux along the Z axis. Maximum is 1.9 into 10 raised to 6, which is over here max. Minimum is minus 1.9 into 10 raised to 6. So you can compare between these two materials, and then we will change to bronze and we will see what happens when bronze is the material. We'll just solve and see. So let's see the temperature change. You can see here. Then we have total heat flux. Maximum is 3.49, which is 3.5 into 10 raised to 6 watt per meter square, which is over here. Maximum, you can see it's red in color, and minimum is 7.52 into 10 raised to minus 9 watt per meter square. It's here. Then you have directional heat flux along the Z axis. Maximum is 3.43 into 10 raised to 6, and minimum is minus 3.44 into 10 raised to 6. So now here what you can do is, by using these values of directional heat flux, you can compare the three materials based on this value of thermal conductivity. If you check here in engineering data, for brass the value of K is 115, for bronze it is 208, steel it is 15.1, which means the heat transfer or the heat flux will be minimum for steel and it has to be maximum for bronze. That's why the value which we got over here, 3.43, is maximum for bronze as compared to brass and steel. So brass will be the second choice of material if you want to lose more heat or you want more heat transfer, and if you want less heat to be transferred, then you will use stainless steel because it has a very low value of K, which is 15.1. So with this, I end the session. I hope you have understood the analysis. If you have any doubt, please write to me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for latest video updates. See you in the next session. Thank you.